Coming up right now, a woman becomes a mommy on the fly as she gives birth on an airplane just before takeoff.
Also coming up, see why Kim Kardashian has been named Man of the Year. Yes, you heard me right.
A little bit later on, why Lil Kim claims that she's getting ahead of the big man. We're talking about the GOD. We'll explain.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. So happy to have you here. And we are, of course, going to take care of you this hour with all the trending news and entertainment. And we'll also check in with Matt Doolittle, who joins us. Hey, Matty!
Hello.
You eating a lot? I'm eating well this season. What's your favorite holiday food?
You know, I've come up with my own recipe. It's a reducken.
Reduction? Is that the
like
John?
Yeah, but it's a rabbit. I take a duck and I put it in a rabbit with a chicken, and there you go.
I've been to that circuit party one time. Let me tell you something.
Did you pay for tickets or was that a freebie?
Yeah, that was a freebie. You can get Tijuana instead.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, we'll check in with Maddie coming up in just a little bit.
Okay, I've got an Australian supermodel who's making the news. She has just posted a list, 117 reasons why she does not want children.
117.
117. She posted it on Instagram.
Well,
She's
some
been
of
with
these.
her boyfriend for 15 years. I think they recently got married, but she got tired of everybody asking her, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to have kids? And she said, I just got so tired of responding because the response was never good enough. So she lists a number of things on her responses. We'll see if you guys agree with it. The number one reason she says she wants to remain child-free is they are your responsibility until the day you die.
All right. Okay. That's
Yes.
Agreed.
And she's being honest that she doesn't want to have that responsibility. And she says she's getting a lot of flack for this. But she's like, look, I respect you for having, if you want to have kids, respect me for not wanting to have kids. She said postpartum hair loss, you're tired all the time, children can inherit emotional trauma, the world's already overpopulated.
Where's stretch marks?
Stretch marks is on there, your body's
that should be
never
kind
change.
of pushed all together all in one. Your body does change, but
Kids can be rude, they're a lifetime commitment.
And you could say that. I've known people. I would say my sister was one that I would never in a million years thought she would ever become a mom. And Hurricane Katrina came through, and
she had a Hurricane Katrina baby.
She had a Hurricane Katrina baby, and she is one of the best moms. I mean, just a very attentive and 180 from what I used to know her as, and But if that's her choice, God bless her. 117 is not that bad.
See, and I think that's fine. I mean, but she's bringing up the point like you can't really have this conversation without being mommy shamed.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because you don't want kids. People are like, well, that's selfish of you. Well, maybe it's selfish of you to have kids and not take care of them.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. I think a lot of people out there do. You should always plan if you're going to have your kids. Maybe not plan on traveling like this mom did. Hey, listen, this is a wing and a prayer for this girl. She's an expected mom. She went into labor shortly after boarding an international flight and gave birth right there on the aircraft.
My goodness.
You can actually hear fellow passengers cheering on the Pegasus flight from Istanbul to France. Paramedics rushed to the sky bus to assist the woman who welcomed her child just moments before takeoff. Footage shows flyers turning to get a glimpse of the impromptu birth, and a lot of perverts.
Stop.
I mean, we're all wanting to see, right?
Probably a thing for that, right?
That's right. According to the report, the woman started experiencing intense labor pains as the flight crew started making their final preparations for takeoff. Flight attendants conducted first aid on the woman before moving her into the back of the plane so she could have more space to give birth. Isn't first class the place where there's more room?
Right? Put her in an emergency.
But maybe this Pegasus is like a Southwest or a Spirit Airlines. There's no first class section.
They were taken to a hospital nearby right after the birth, so everything's fine. But what do you name a kid that's born on an airplane?
But Pegasus. That's
Pegasus would be a great name.
That's the name of the.
About Jet?
Jet. Oh, Jet's a good one. Skylar.
And
good.
Landon?
Landon.
Landon.
That's good.
Or B12, or 12B or whatever, right?
12B.
But here's the thing. I know, like, they or maybe they don't here in the United States, like, if you're anywhere near having a baby, they usually don't let you.
You're not supposed to allow you on the flight. Yeah.
So I don't know what it says about her.
Well,
don't do that.
Yeah, we could go on and on about that one, but I think that was maybe some. I don't know if it was premature or if it was
Maybe,
just poor planning
yeah,
on her
I think
part.
See, on a Spirit flight, they just kick her out the back.
No, they charge you for
They
extra
charge you for it.
baggage.
Yeah, it's another person. That's $100.
Yeah.
Charge you an
Yeah,
extra seat.
you don't think Spirit Airlines would do that.
Skims founder Kim Kardashian has just been named GQ's Man of the Year.
Aww.
In one of her cover looks, Kardashian is featured wearing a pinstripe power suit while sitting behind a desk. Kim says her law school journey was inspired by her late father, Robert Kardashian. He was a well-known attorney who gained attention for his role in the O.J. Simpson case. Kim's dad worked alongside defense attorneys Robert Shapiro and Johnny Cochran.
Now, what did her stepfather do? I can't remember.
Well,
O.J. Simpson? No. Since her early days as Paris Hilton's best friend, Kim has had huge success with her own reality show and launched 2 beauty lines, perfumes, a mobile app, and an energy drink.
Good for her.
And she recently expanded her new shapewear line, Skims, to include menswear.
And I'm going to say this: it's I don't blame her. GQ, is sales that bad? You got
Sales are that bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's really what it comes down because we're talking about it here.
Yeah, because
and-
it's all about the Pandaverse. Well, let's
Right.
make her Man of the Year.
Right.
You know.
And here and it sells magazines, has people talking about it, but still, she could be just sitting around not doing anything. She is what appears to be like trying to learn law and that sort of thing and become a businesswoman. She is trying, so what all we want to say about her, and she's a mom and she's doing all this
And
stuff.
she's extremely successful. So,
you can't fault her
No.
for moving forward. So good for her. All right, we go from one Kim to another Kim. This time it's Queen Bee surpassing God when it comes to book sales. Lil Kim, I keep on
You
saying,
can't say
Lil
that.
Kim
words are
Kim.
hard.
claims, that's hard to say, Lil
That is
Kim
tough.
claims that in her new memoir, The Queen Bee is exceeding sales of the Bible.
well, which version?
Of her life story or the
Yeah,
Bible?
the
They're
Bible.
gonna start putting them in
okay.
hotels.
Yeah, you can find them there in the drawer. Her tell-all is currently being pre-sold for $14.99. Unclear whether the 49-year-old rapper was being sarcastic or believing her own hype. The Bible remains the world's best-selling book. More than 150 million copies sold each year, and Moses still does not get his cut out of it.
That's not. No residuals
He's
for
a
Moses.
ghostwriter. He was a holy ghostwriter. In 2021, Kim announced that she was releasing her memoir, telling people that at the time that she was excited about revealing her own story. I don't think it's going to outsell the Bible, but it does get us talking about it too.
No,
So
of
we'll
course
think
not.
about that.
I'm guessing she was being sarcastic.
I think she was.
Yeah, you
Imagine that. We go to Nigeria now, where a woman there spent 11 days creating the world's longest wig. It measures more than 1,100 feet.
Wait a second.
Wow. Professional wig maker. Her name is Helen Williams. She earned the title for the world's longest handmade faux hairpiece. Check this out.
Oh.
Williams said that she used 1,000 bundles of hair. I'm not sure if it's pulled out of somebody's bathtub. 12 cans of hairspray, 35 tubes of hair glue, and more than 6,000 hair clips to assemble the massive mane. The Williams has also been a professional wig maker for about 8 years, typically makes about 50 to 300 wigs each week. So that is a long one. Not sure who'd wear that or what would you do afterwards. Keeping it clean.
Is that somebody who has too much time on their hands?
They got too much time on their hand and hair and everything.
Everything. Well, maybe she can break that up and make it into wigs and donate it
I would
to
hope
the
so,
Lord
yeah.
Cause, right? Well, an Alaskan couple can be seen gliding over a surreal crystal clear layer of ice that formed over a lake during a once-in-a-lifetime event. Luke and Sarah Mell were pictured skating on Lake Rabbit. It's near Anchorage. Look at this. While the ice was translucent because of a weather phenomena, it's known as window forming. Isn't that incredible?
No way you'd get me to do that.
Nope.
Come on. No, you wouldn't do it?
That looks
No,
terrifying.
I don't want to
Really?
know. I mean, it's cool looking, but I would think, how would I know how thick that is?
Well, see, that's a good point. The ice window forms when cold and dry weather causes the water to freeze clear, allowing people to see all the way to the bottom of the lake. Now, it usually only lasts for about a week.
Okay.
The Alaska natives say they've never seen anything like this during the past 12 years they've been on the lake. Experts say it's important to use extreme caution because the ice can give way with the slightest change in the weather. What a sight
That
to
is
see.
incredible. I mean, it's neat to be able to see this, and I would hope that nobody goes out and thinks that's the case and they can go do it. I do know something you never realize is if you ever fall through ice, they tell you, the first thing your body, it will react is you just start
Yeah, of course,
And
yeah.
they say, if you ever fall in ice, just to relax, which is like the last thing in the world I can do.
Yeah.
Because what happens, your body changes, first off, it's such a huge shock. You moving and squandering around is going to take up all that energy that you're going to need
oxygen.
and oxygen to
Yeah.
move out because your body's kind of tensing up altogether. So that's your daily advice from me,
Okay.
from other experts.
Do you have
Just
any
take it easy.
traditions like ice skating for the holidays or
Cutting
sledding?
down our own tree
or
is the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah. We always, Maddie, you got one? You have a holiday tradition?
No, just kind of stare at the wall and wait for it to be over.
Well,
Oh, bah humbug.
he does that on July 4th too sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's
No, we'll go get a tree. My mom will put it up. My dad used to decorate the whole front lawn and everything, but I'm not getting up on the roof. So
no.
Okay, I don't blame you. Smart,
yeah.
smart man.
All right, we have more coming up. We're going to be talking to an author about her latest book. It's called Sundays with Salvatore. That's coming up in just a few moments. We'll have all the trending news and entertainment that you need all right here. If you go anywhere, you miss out on it. You're watching Daily Flash. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Our next guest, Karen Manja, has a new book out. It's called Sundays with Salvatore, 52 recipes to cultivate conversation, connection, and community. It's actually a look into the decades of dinner conversations between her and her 100-year-old first-generation American and World War II veteran grandfather. Karen joins us now. Karen, thank you so much for joining us on this show. This sounds so much fun, and the fact that I imagine it took a while to get these conversations into one book. Am I right?
It did, and I started thinking about really the intersection between the idea of Tuesdays with Maury meets maybe a Giada De Laurentiis cookbook.
Okay.
Because what I realized is there was so much wisdom and joy that my grandfather was sharing with me every single Sunday, gathered around this dinner table. And I thought, what would happen if we could all have that feeling of stepping out of isolation and into the kind of Sunday dinner tradition that is comforting and nourishing in every possible way.
I love that. To get us into where you are, let's talk about your Sunday dinner traditions. And you mentioned how special they were. What was a typical Sunday dinner like for you?
A typical Sunday dinner is showing up mid-afternoon and finishing preparing a meal together, and then sitting down device-free and having a conversation over this meal. And my grandfather is a naturally curious person, so he'll often ask, "Now I've got a question for you," followed by wondering how something works or a question about a great debate. And often we include other family members like my nephew you see here in those Sunday dinner conversations and traditions as well. And then what's amazing is when the meal concludes, we don't hop up right away. We sit and continue the conversation. Which
kind of based into it. It's kind of like a good steak that you had there. You don't cut into a steak right when it comes out. You let it kind of sit there for a while. I think that you get that. What I appreciate about what you just said is that here's a guy who's a centurion who's asking you and wanting to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Where he was like, well, tell me how that works. And imagine that's what a conversation garners out of something like that. Did you find yourself thinking, wow, here's a guy that probably knows everything. He's lived life. Were you still surprised that even after those many years?
Yes, and it might surprise you and the folks watching to discover he still day trades stocks on his 3 iPads, smartwatch, and 2 laptops. And so he'll ask me questions like, what is this cloud technology and how does it work? And what does it mean to live off the grid? And let's talk about Bitcoin. Is this a sustainable currency? And I thought, for someone who's seen what he's seen and experienced in 100 years of life, to still be that curious and connected, wow, isn't that the fuel of living well, being curious and always having an appetite to discover more.
And by the way, Karen, can you explain Bitcoin and blockchain? Because we'll do that some other time, okay? All right, let's talk about some of the advice, and I'm sure it's really hard to narrow it down. Maybe some of the best advice you've received from your grandfather in these discussions?
What shows up for me as the pearl of wisdom that has enabled him to live well all the way to 100 years old is that contentment is the most worthwhile wealth.
Okay, explain that. Explain, meaning just being content with everything?
Being content in the sense that he ran a finance and insurance business. He was in World War II. He raised 3 children. Let's be honest, at 100 years of age, he's outlived a lot of family members and friends. And he's never allowed himself to get too high on his successes or too low on his losses. And as a result of that, I feel that he's been able to make the most of and be fully present in every moment without worrying too far into the future or reaching too far into the past and
Okay.
staying there. And what we could all learn from that experience of being content with who we are and where we are and who we're with at any given moment.
And there's recipes in this book, right? As well. I mean, actual
There are
recipes.
recipes.
Well, which is great because then you can say, all right, well, we're going to make this tonight. You have a favorite recipe that you've pulled out from that book, and why?
My grandfather's favorite certainly is our family's homemade Italian meatballs. That is a definite standout favorite. And if you're looking for something maybe a little simpler, there's some ways to use some of that summer garden produce as well as a fantastic dark chocolate glaze that you can drizzle over your favorite angel food cake or pound cake.
Wow. All right. Now you're making me extremely hungry from those steaks to the recipes that you in here. This is a great idea, and I imagine it does a lot for you, but there's those that read it can really understand that there is a time to keep on learning and cherish the moments that we have with people. I love it. If you want more information at home, you want to get a copy of the book, Sundays with Salvatore, you can go to KarenManja.com. You can watch this interview, of course, on our website, dailyflashshow.com. Thank you so much, Karen.
Good stuff, Mitch. Thank you. And then there's this. A photo of an airline's in-flight menu is all over social media right now because one of the appetizers listed was dog food. Well, it's not some new policy where they feed your emotional support animal. The menu is for people seated in business class.
What?
The appetizers listed on the menu included smoked pepper beef, vanilla shrimp, okra, diced veggies, and imported dog food. You know the good stuff,
That's
people.
what it says.
The flight was with China Eastern Airlines, and the good news is they probably weren't serving dog food. Most people think it was an unfortunate translation error, or so they say, but last we checked, no one has fully debunked these concerns just yet.
And I'm trying to think, okay, how do you change dog food? How does that translation mess up? Like, I'm trying to think of a word that maybe that kind of sounds like a dog.
Like
that you would,
hush puppies?
That's the only thing I can
It's
think
the
of.
only thing that comes to my mind at the moment.
And you know, it's the stereotype about, you know, Chinese airlines, and then to have that on there is not a good thing.
And they're not known for being extremely dog friendly,
Right.
so to speak, in the country. So there's concern that maybe it wasn't a misprint. But as the story says, no one's quite come forward to debunk it just yet.
All right. Well, I don't think I'll be flying that airline anytime
It was a
soon.
little rough.
It was. Matt said the flight was a little rough. I love it. Go to your room
That's a
now.
little lazy.
We'll have more flash. Yeah, it was very nice. We'll have more flash. Grab it up right after this. Hey, it is Thursday. That means it's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters is the animated musical movie Trolls Band Together.
It's hard to say I'm sorry.
A brother is a friend who can never leave you. It's the strongest bond in the world. I would kill to have a sibling to sing with. Check out your old outfits. Puffy jackets, puka shell necklaces, denim tuxedos. Did you have frosted tips? Ah! Look at you. You were so cute. I love it.
In the film, Branch's brother Floyd is kidnapped. So Branch and Poppy embark on a journey to rescue Floyd and reunite him with Branch's other brothers who were once a boy band. Anna Kendrick lends her voice to Poppy as Walt Durham directs.
First and foremost, I hope they have a good time. I hope they are having fun while watching it. I hope they feel better coming out of the movie than they did coming into it. So that's what you want most of all. And also, maybe, just maybe, they look at the world a little differently. Notice how the world around them is as colorful as a troll movie if you just take a look. And also, just maybe, that they're a little bit closer to their family. Maybe give them a call when they come out of the movie, you know?
I'm excited to come back as Poppy because Poppy's kind of my happy place. Like whenever I get an email saying that I have to do, I don't know, most things for work, I'm not excited. But if I get an email saying that there's they want to schedule a new troll session, I get really excited. So it's like this kind of unabashed, joyful, you know, kind of scrappy, punky little character that I get to come in and be ridiculous in.
With its bright animation and music, Trolls Band Together is aimed at kids, but it does offer some pretty good laughs for parents as well. Again, it's in selected theaters and gets a B. It's rated PG. Also in theaters is The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the prequel to the Hunger Games franchise.
What are the Hunger Games for?
Are you coming to the tree?
The Hunger Games. They're to punish the districts. Those tributes don't have a choice.
Your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
Years before he would become the tyrannical president of Pan Am, Snow's family has fallen on hard times. He sees his chance to advance by mentoring a young woman named Lucy in the 10th annual Hunger Games.
Welcome to the Capitol.
You look like you shouldn't be here.
I shouldn't, but I'm your mentor.
A rebel.
This fifth film in the franchise is an uneven, overproduced, and sloppy mess, focusing on the eventual rise of Snow and how he manipulated himself into power. Again, it's playing in selected theaters and gets a C. It's rated PG-13. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to this week's Daily Digits. Your first digit this week is 1 million, as in $1 million. Well, the French Quarter mansion in New Orleans, once home to Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, is heading to the auction block. The last asking price was $5.35 million, but this one will start at a minimum bid of $1 million on December 11th. Pitt and Jolie bought the home in 2007 for $3.5 million cash money, that Mr. and Mrs. Smith cash. The home was bought after Pitt filmed a few movies there over the years, like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button and 12 Years a Slave, and launched the Make It Right Foundation to help rebuild new homes for people who lost their homes in the floods following Hurricane Katrina. All right, your next number today is $762,000, and that's just for a jersey. The NBA's first pick to the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama's debut jersey, just sold for a whopping $762,000 at a Sotheby's auction. The initial expectation was about $80 to $120K, but the entire sports community is very bullish on this rookie's potential, even though he's lost about 9 games straight. The price is a record for a player's rookie jersey during their first season, as the only one close to it was Kobe's jersey, which was matched to a photo from his rookie season that went for $3.69 million. And your last digit today is 0. That's how many arms one man has, and now has a license to carry a gun. In a video posted to social media in Central Texas, Gunworks instructor Michael Cargill can be seen standing behind a student as he loads a gun with his feet and shoots at the target. That's right. The instructor says he worked with the Austin, Texas student and taught him how to hold and unload the gun. He says the most complicated part was loading the magazine. Now, if you get shot by this dude and he's coming through your house, I mean, you got some problems there.
Only in Texas.
No kidding.
Only in Texas. People weird in Austin.
It's amazing that they can do this. He can be able to do this, but then also too is like I want to see the shooting skills too, and how I mean that's to me is amazing.
He's
it's
probably
accuracy.
on point. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you there, Maddie. Appreciate that. We have more trending news and entertainment coming your way right here on Daily Flash.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
This holiday season, as you're going through and you're realizing, I'm so stressed out, there's a mom on TikTok that has actually come up probably with the best solution. One of the hardest things when you have kids is hiding for the holiday season, is hiding the gifts and wrapping them up.
Yes.
And I remember my dad, who loved the holiday season, he would go into the room and just wrap up everything, or have us go out and do something, just stay out of the house while he wraps it all up. Well, there's this mom on TikTok that says, listen, I got the great idea, and it's starting to really catch on. She will book a hotel room, take all the gifts that she has, and just order in, drink some wine, and watch and wrap up papers and wrap up gifts rather, and just watch TV the whole weekend. And more people are saying this is a great idea, and even suggesting possibly maybe getting a group of lady friends and rent an Airbnb, and everybody just wraps gifts, and then you could share your wrapping paper and that sort of thing. They say it also helps out because it's a very stressful time of year, and it's a time for decompression.
Right,
So,
I like the idea of being in a hotel room. You can order some room service.
you don't have to clean up.
Yeah.
Make it easy.
It's the one night you don't have to clean up after everybody.
Right. Let you get, and when I first started, I was like, well, you're moving away from it. But if this makes mom just like less stress and also gets all the presents wrapped, hey, I'm all for it.
Exactly.
I like, great idea.
Yeah, you're checking into the hotel. You're saying, I'm here to wrap gifts.
I'm here to wrap. Maybe they'll give you a wrapping special.
Maybe there's a wrapping discount. We'll talk about a wing and a prayer. An expectant mom went into labor shortly after boarding an international flight and gave birth on the aircraft. You could hear passengers cheering on a Pegasus flight from Istanbul to France. Paramedics rushed to the skybus to assist the woman who'd welcomed her child moments before takeoff.
Wow.
Footage shows flyers turning to get a glimpse of the impromptu birth. Now, according to a report, the woman started experiencing intense labor pains as the flight crew made final preparations for takeoff. Flight attendants conducted first aid on the woman before moving her to the back of the plane so she could have more space to give birth. Mom and baby were taken to a nearby hospital via ambulance following the birth.
You know, I don't know if you see the video at the very beginning, but there's a guy walking around and he looks like he is grabbing T-shirts and stuff.
Yes.
Is that what he was doing? And so I guess it can be messy, I guess, but it's neat to see, like, you know, passengers like getting involved in all this.
Not sure those cocktail napkins could really do the
They
job.
do not.
And see, overseas in Europe countries, they do classy things on planes, like drop kids off. But
Right.
here in America, on Frontier and Spirit, they're dropping other things off in the aisle.
Right, I saw that video.
Which is bad. Yeah.
Skims founder Kim Kardashian has just been named GQ's. What does GQ mean? Gentleman's Quarterly Man of the Year. And one of her cover looks, Kardashian featured wearing a pinstripe power suit while sitting behind a desk. She says that her law school journey was inspired by her late father, Robert Kardashian. He's the attorney who actually gained notoriety because he defended O.J. Simpson. Kim's dad worked alongside defense attorneys Robert Shapiro and Johnny Cochran. We remember that. Since her early days as Paris Hilton's best friend, she's gone and made a huge success with her own reality TV show, launched 2 beauty lines, perfumes, a mobile app, not performs, as well as an energy drink.
She kind of performed. That's how she got notoriety.
We should go back. That's how she got famous.
Yeah, let's be honest.
She has a clothing line that involves menswear as well, so maybe that's why they were
And
thinking.
I just saw something this morning saying that she's got a sitcom that might be coming out.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like a parody of her life or something?
No, I don't think so. I think it's an actual sitcom where she's playing a different character other than herself.
Nicole Richie did that where she played a news anchor. Do you remember that? It was on like in a flash. I mean, like no one saw it and it failed miserably.
And let's talk about Nicole Richie. Whatever happened to her?
I don't know.
Completely
She got
dropped
married
off
and
the face
went
of the
away.
earth.
She just vanished from all
Maybe
that
like
stuff.
a Green Day guy.
A musician, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I heard was that sitcom. Maybe she realized, listen, acting is hard.
Well, her dad's Lionel Richie. She really doesn't have to work,
right.
does she?
No. She's got dad there all the
Just
time. Just
remember, Kim Kardashian was a hanger-on to Paris Hilton.
Right?
Before she got
Even you at home could do this.
Yes.
Well, you could. You got a cell phone, so you could make the same video.
You can make a video,
Yeah,
which makes you famous too. Which we
but
don't
can your
encourage
mom get that posted for you and get lots of attention?
I don't think so. More Flash after this. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. You know, ADHD, it's a condition that affects more than 17 million children and adults all in the United States. Dr. Andrew Cutler, he joins us now to discuss the effect that the holiday season can actually have on individuals with ADHD as well as their families. So, Doctor, I want to ask you, what are those effects of the holiday season that really, I don't want to say messes with, but kind of really takes those that suffer with ADHD to another level? What are they?
Well, you know, first of all, the holiday season can be kind of stressful for everybody, but especially if you have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD, which is a combination of symptoms including difficulty paying attention, staying focused, being organized, remembering things, and also controlling your behavior, your emotions, and being impulsive. So with the disruption that comes with the holidays, you know, getting you out of your normal routines, all of the stress and chaos going on around you, all of the things that you need to do, the potential for traveling. So all of these things make it really difficult and stressful for those living with ADHD. And some things you can do are to try to maintain as much structure as you can, pay attention to stress levels, make sure you get adequate sleep, watch your diet because of all the unhealthy foods around. And of course, exercise can be helpful. And pay attention to your relationships and check in with others. You can also use your phone to make to-do lists and give you reminders for appointments and obligations.
All right, what about family members of individuals with ADHD? How are they also impacted during the holiday season?
Well, this is a condition that doesn't only affect people at school or at work. It affects you all day long in every relationship you have. It can make it stressful for adults who might have kids with ADHD and they're trying to get things done and the kid's not paying attention or being disruptive. Talk to your healthcare provider because help is available. There's many effective treatment options. You want to make sure if you're taking medicine that you have enough of the medicine to last you through the holidays.
All right, what about folks who want more information? Where should they go?
First of all, I'm partnering with a company called Corium. I'm talking today about a specific stimulant medication that can be effective called Astaris. It's a medicine that has immediate release to get control of the symptoms in the morning, smooth release throughout the day with a gradual offset because ADHD can affect you all day. There's a risk potential for abuse, misuse, and addiction. There's side effects potentially.
And where can the folks go if they need to find that information?
For more information, astaris.com, AZSTARYS.com.
Thank you so much. We'll put this information on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Students from leading universities are taking part in what's being called the world's largest and most diverse assembly of talent and innovation. Here's more.
The programme hosted at Emirates Towers is the most comprehensive assembly of academic innovations that has the power to change the world. A $100,000 prize across 5 categories awaits winning projects in the fields of nature, food and water systems, and health, relief and safety, among others.
Prototypes for Humanity is an amazing program that has a very strong track record, bringing together people from many different fields and many different endeavors.
The projects hailed from over 200 different research fields, each designed to provide real-world impact and solve the planet's biggest issues. UCL students Gaelic and Ina have entered with Enough, a prototype that aims to solve the problem of lack of safety when walking alone at night.
We would encourage anyone to enter Prototypes for Humanity because it gives you the platform to showcase what you've been so tirelessly working on.
90 of the projects specifically target climate change and sustainability concerns. Mandy, a student from Yale, is entering a project called Farming Secure Water, which aims to give clean and safe water using a pioneering solar water disinfection technique.
The inspiration for Farming Secure Water was really the universal need for shelter, security, access to our basic needs.
The aim for Prototypes for Humanity is to promote and support solutions creating real-world impact for the environment and society by mobilizing academia, private and public sector.
Prototypes for Humanity is the most comprehensive assembly of academic innovations and talent who have the power to create a better present and future.
What is KSA Entertainment? It's trending news, entertainment, lifestyle. KSA Entertainment. Culture. It's love. It's food. It's family. KSA. It's life. It's shopping. It's empowerment. KSA. KSA Entertainment. It's fitness. It's travel. KSA. It's fun. It's engaging. It's Daily Flash. Daily Flash Latino. Life, love, shopping. This is KSA Entertainment.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. If you have a furry family member, maybe you know that their health and safety is a very, very important and top priority. Take a look at this new innovation. It's called the Halo Collar.
If you're one of the 85% of dog owners shopping for your four-legged friend this year, check this out. It's called Halo Collar, and it's all the buzz amongst pet parents. Having kept more than 189,000 dogs safe and living healthier lives by giving them the freedom to live life off-leash, while at the same time giving pet parents peace of mind, knowing that the dog is safely in the boundaries set for them. Halo Collar was founded by dog behaviorist Cesar Millan and tech entrepreneur Ken Ehrman after Ken's niece's dog escaped their in-the-ground wired fence and was killed by a car.
It was a tragedy that I knew I had the experience to solve. Caesar and I got together. I explained to him the concept of the technology, how it allows dogs to live a safe life off leash, and that was his vision.
Astounded by the number of dogs who were lost, hurt, or killed each year in roadside accidents, and knowing they had the combined capabilities to prevent it from happening again, Halo Collar was founded. Halo's newest model, the Halo Collar 3, is the most accurate GPS dog fence ever created. You can get it today at halocollar.com, Amazon, Chewy, or Walmart.com. New research has just uncovered how many young Americans think about and feel about their financial future. Here's a closer look at those findings.
New research shows that 80% of Americans aged 18 to 34 currently view themselves as merely surviving in life. Despite competing financial and social pressures, this age group is still positive about their future. Here's Edward Jones financial advisor Julia Bartok with more.
This research offers a deeper understanding of Gen Next, an age group defined by their shared experiences, not the year they were born. This group experienced heavy life challenges such as the Great Recession, the COVID-19 pandemic, rising inflation, and even job transitions. Most are worried about rising costs and the inability to save.
The study found that Gen Next are short-term minded when it comes to finances, focusing on everyday expenses, budgeting, and saving for large purchases over other financial matters.
To thrive, those in this life stage could benefit from financial education and professional advice. Working with a financial advisor can improve your financial knowledge, your confidence, and ultimately help you feel more in control.
To learn more about Gen Next and this research, visit edwardjones.com/financialfuture.
The toy industry's premier player, Elizabeth Warner, joins us now with the hottest toys on this year's wish list.
Let's jump right in with our Cool Maker Pop Style Bracelet Maker. Now, this is amazing. Easy for the kids to use. There are no clasps. They don't have to cut. There's no knots. They're simply going to put the elastics on this cool machine, add the beads. Yes, it comes with 170, and then push a button and out pops that beautiful bracelet. They can make 10. They can trade them with friends, and they can even change the bracelets when they're ready. Now, the Monster Jam Thunder Roarus Drop. This is amazing. Look at this big dinosaur face. The track goes 6 feet up the wall. We use 3M to attach it, so no damage to the wall. Crank that truck to the top, let it go, and out it shoots through that dino mouth. Lights, sounds, and lots of cool tricks. Kids love their favorite movies. Well, the Paw Patrol, the Mighty movie came out, and this is the cool aircraft carrier. Yes, it is 2 feet long, designed with all those authentic Paw Patrol Mighty movie details. We have launchers for the cars, tons of other details. When we push down on this, it's going to open up into rescue mode, even lights and sounds built in. Comes with Chase and his vehicle. Hatchimals, let's bring those cute little hatchies to life in the Alive Hatchie Nursery. We're going to place those cute little eggs right into the pool, pull up on that cloud, down the rainbow goes the water, and yes, we get to hatch our own adorable little Hatchimals. Now we get to play with them in the nursery. There are loads of accessories. Kids are going to love nurturing their favorite little Hatchimals. Bitsy's one of the hottest items out there. Well, this is a 3D pet. We're simply going to open up this box and out pops that pet. Our kids are going to be able to play with it, interact with it, touch it, turn the box right and left to help rock it to sleep, nurture it. 15 different pets are inside. The kids are going to have to play with them to go from baby to adult to super Bitsy. This is going to be absolutely one of the hottest items out there this year. For more info, head to our website, WarnerInfo.com.
Flu season is here, and in an effort to help older adults stay healthy, the National Council on Aging is providing some local support.
The National Council on Aging is helping 150 senior centers and 180 community-based organizations across the U.S. provide vaccines to individuals in need, especially older adults and people with disabilities. Kathleen Cameron from the National Council on Aging has more.
We get older, our immune systems weaken, and therefore we have a harder time to fight off infections like those from viruses like COVID and flu. So Staying up to date on both COVID and flu vaccines is vitally important this year. It's actually recommended by the CDC that both shots be given at the same time.
For many Americans, COVID-19 and flu vaccines are available for free.
Vaccines are now affordable, and there are no out-of-pocket costs for older adults and people with disabilities. We're really proud of our work to support those organizations that are reaching the most vulnerable populations across the country to help them stay as healthy as possible.
The funding is provided by the U.S. Administration for Community Living. For more information, visit ncoa.org/vaccines.
More trending news and entertainment heading your way, but first we're checking in with our friends at the Daily Buzz right here on Daily Flash. 130 million Americans will be traveling this holiday season, and finding quality accommodations may be tough. So we tapped an always-on-the-go college football pro for some tips.
I know that wherever I need to go, whatever college town that I'm in, or whatever team I need to cover, there's going to be a convenient location from Hampton by Hilton, within miles. I know the type of amenities that I'm going to get. It's really great service. And then a comfortable room where I can work. I'm going to sleep really well. Everything that I know about that is going to be consistent, and it's going to be quality. And then the last thing would be added value. And that free hot breakfast, when you wake up in the morning, that is added value. I'm a guy that needs breakfast in order to be at my best, and I know I can just go right downstairs. I can get a warm waffle, fresh. I can make it myself, and I can get that warm cup of coffee. And to me, that's a game changer.
Get more information and book your stay at HamptonByHilton.com.
Follow the Daily Buzz on social media.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. The annual cold and flu season has arrived, and many are concerned about staying healthy with all the meetups during the busy holiday season. Here's Dr. Tanya Elliott with some great advice. Welcome, Dr. Elliott.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tanya Elliott. So there are a couple of key things that you can do this cold and flu season to reduce your chances of getting a cold, and I'm going to tell you what to do if you do experience cold symptoms. So number one is making sure that you get enough sleep. And by that, I mean REM sleep, because that's the type of sleep where your body actually regenerates and repairs itself. Sleeping in a pitch black room will absolutely help with this. Number two is making sure that you stay hydrated, drinking at least 8 cups of water per day. Sometimes when we're so busy, we forget to drink water, and it's incredibly important for us to stay hydrated and fight off infection and flush out those viruses or bacteria. And number three is do everything that you can to reduce stress levels. Give yourself a couple of minutes of you time every day. When your stress levels are high, your immune system is low, and it increases your chances of developing an infection. Now, when it comes to foods, I recommend foods that are high in zinc and foods that are high in quercetin. Quercetin is an antioxidant. It has immune boosting properties, and it also reduces allergy symptoms. It can be found in things like raw onions, blueberries, citrus fruits, as well as broccoli. And when it comes to zinc, it can be found in meats, shellfish, as well as legumes, so things like chickpeas or lentils. Now, when you are experiencing cold symptoms, I'm a big fan of homeopathic remedies and things that contain zinc. So Zicam medicated fruit drops or rapid release tablets, they can go right underneath your tongue. When you take them right at the first signs of a cold, it can reduce cold symptoms by 1 to 2 days. Now, if you're looking for a zinc-free alternative, you can try Zicam nasal swabs. They're also plant-based. And if you're experiencing allergy symptoms, you may want to opt for a no-drip liquid nasal spray that's also available. So if you need more information, check out Zicam.com or follow me, Dr. Tanya Elliott.
All right, that just about does it for our show here. I don't know if you know this or not, but the government health officials have said if you have any leftovers from Thanksgiving today, they should be gone.
And I threw ours out this morning.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You think, well, you got to eat until it's gone. Don't do that. Safety reasons, get rid of it. I tell you what, you're getting rid of us, but we'll be back in 23 hours. We'll see you when we look at you.
We're not leftovers.
No, we're not leftovers. That's true. Bye-bye, y'all.